Early access games are a tough sell these days. What started out as a small submission group on Steam has now become something of an elephant in the room for Valve's PC distribution service. So many developers have taken advantage of the opportunity to throw their half-finished, broken mess of a game up for sale, cobble together some decent-looking art, and charge full price for the vague promise of including you, the buyer, in the ongoing development process. More often than not, it's all lip service. At best, the full game is finished, though at a much slower pace than originally promised, and at worst, you never hear from that developer, ever again. But I'm not here to complain, at least not today. I'm here to heap praise on a new early access title that I picked up last week, one that has gripped me and terrified me in a way that few finished horror titles have managed to in a long time. Layers of Fear is a new, fresh take on the type of atmospheric horror that seems to be all the rage in the wake of PT's unceremonious cancellation. So many developers are picking through the wreckage of Kojima and Del Toro's Silent Hills reboot like over-anxious treasure hunters looking for just the right jewels. It would stand to reason, then, that a game about a painter slowly going more and more insane inside of his own house might take a few cues from a title that captivated audiences with the sheer menace of its environment. And Layers of Fear does that, to tremendous effect. What starts out as a series of weird visions within several already unnerving paintings soon becomes a full-on assault on the player's senses. We learn, through newspaper articles, fragmented internal monologues, and other context clues, that something very horrible has happened to this man's wife and child, and somewhere along the line he managed to lose his leg as well. As the pieces of the puzzle begin assembling themselves, the house itself seems to come alive, and the paintings turn from weird to downright dangerous. The scares are well paced, and boy do they work. There is a commendable mastery at work here that involves changing pieces of the environment after they have left the player's field of view. I can't count the number of times I would enter a room, take mental notes of where everything was, only to be left whimpering in fear as I turned around to discover that a new door had appeared, or the wall itself had melted into some sort of gaping maw. For an early access game, what has been completed thus far might polarize some people. It'll take an hour to 2 hours to get through the Kafka-esque series of looping corridors and rooms, depending on your willingness to open every little drawer and chest that you come across. And as it stands in this early iteration, the end of the experience is not particularly climactic. Just a quick message from the developers thanking you for giving the game a chance in early access. But what is here deserves attention, especially from gamers who can appreciate the unique sort of terror that takes hold when a developer has done careful work on their game's atmosphere. The scariest moments in Layers of Fear happen between the scares, when you're left anticipating just what might happen next. For a game to do that, and do it consistently over an hour or two of gameplay, makes it worth the price of admission, at least in my book. Finally, it should be noted that Layers of Fear's developer has asked for feedback from the community about whether or not they should include VR support in upcoming updates. So, if, like myself, you're a DK2 owner, or if you plan to buy into any of the first generation consumer headsets, hit them up on Twitter and let them know what you think. I've got a link in the description of this video. Thanks for watching Gameplays U once again, everyone, and if you're too scared to click away, why not click the subscribe button instead? Take care, guys.